The following is a Cox 11 sports presentation. From our Cox 11 studios, this is Sports Report.
Hello and welcome to another edition of the Cox 11 Sports Report, presenting high school basketball highlights from Hampton Roads to you. With Chris Park, I am Matthew Hatfield. And Chris, district playoffs only a couple weeks away, and we've got several teams jockeying for positioning for the postseason.
That's right, Matt, but we start with a non-district matchup between Norfolk Collegiate and Churchland. These two teams last met in December, with Collegiate coming up with a victory. Churchland trying to respond with a win on their home floor.
Oh yes, Pat Doolin's Truckers trying to get revenge at home. They're on a hot streak here, beating Norcom recently as well as Booker T and Granby, but Norfolk Collegiate right out of the gate, it's Kay Chavis, the sophomore, with the bucket off the glass. Oaks off and running, and then it's Teddy Reach driving to the cup for two.
Yeah, Matt, it's always interesting to see these matchups between public schools and private schools, and Collegiate off to a good start as down low they find their big man there, as that's Brandon Self, the transfer from Booker T.
Yeah, he is tough inside, a low indeed, and now it's Churchland getting their transition game going. Long rebound, outlet to Jamon Hosky for the flush, and the Truckers on the board now. Down three late in the first quarter, but again, a team that is on a roll here after a slow start to the season. Coach Doolin's Truckers trying to get some momentum for the district playoffs in the Eastern District. Now they find the three-point shot. It's Dre DeMille, their senior leader and top scorer.
DeMille certainly would have a huge evening against the Oaks. Again, working around the perimeter, DeMille drives inside the floater, high off the glass and good.
That's just pretty right there. Tough to defend that, as Collegiate's lead is only one with over 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Norfolk Collegiate now in their half-court set. They're going to go in the post. And right there, they got a matchup they like. It is Teddy Rich for two off the glass with Towns and Self and Grant and Rich. They've got some weapons there, Chris.
That they do, but Churchland not hurting for weapons either, as DeMille, this time from the other corner, knocks it in as the Truckers continue their onslaught from deep. And now the defense is going to pick up as a steal by DeMille leads to a break from Malik McCoy in the easy two.
Churchland loves getting after it defensively, turning those steals into easy points the other way, and it's now 29-26 in favor of Churchland. Can they hold this lead, though, against Norfolk Collegiate? They've got a lot of weaponry inside and out. Now it's DeMille off the bounce. Look at the crossover and nifty two right there for the senior.
And attacking that zone all night was DeMille off the dribble. Going out to the fourth quarter, Truckers trailing by 4 as Collegiate trying to make it a clean sweep of Churchland this year. But inside, the pull-up J is nothing but net for the Truckers, as that shot has got them just even closer as it's put in by Lorenzo Cherry.
Yeah, Churchland now really getting after it, but there's Brandon Self again inside on the inbounds pass. You got to watch him around the paint. That's where he does his dirty work. Now DeMille's got the ball. You know, he's looking to attack, but actually the defense focuses in on him, and he finds a guy for three. It is Cherry again.
The cherry on top of that three-point Sunday for Lorenzo is going under a minute to play now. The Truckers trailing by a point. Last few possessions of the game, and it's going to be another interior drive, the pull-up and score for Lorenzo Rogers.
Yeah, Churchland's guards creating things here down the stretch, and they play much better at home, like a lot of teams, than on the road when they lost to Collegiate back in December. They feel very comfortable, and now their defense getting after it. It's DeMille. Who else with the steal? And he is fouled there by Self, and Churchland will pull it out 62-59. They keep the win streak going. 4 in a row. DeMille with 22 points, 5 assists. You see Cherry chipping in 16 points for Collegiate. Adam Grant had 18, and Cade Chavis with 13 in defeat, as the Truckers are rolling on.
Speaking of rolling on, we move now to Western Branch taking on Kings Fork as these two girls teams match up in the Southeastern District. And Matt, always a tough game before these two teams, but we're going to see a lot of back and forth action early on.
No doubt about it. You've got Western Branch, Kings Fork, and Grassfield, Chris, all vying for that top seed in the district tournament and for the regionals. And you've got 3 quality teams that will be forces to be reckoned with come playoff time. As you see, Troy Terry's Lady Bruins have it first here after winning the tip. They've got 2 Division I players and a third who's a junior who's yet to commit. That's one of them right there, Alexis McKay, the junior, with the 3-point J, and a touchdown. Delisha Griffin going to JMU answers back with a J.
And McKay, kind of an intriguing prospect, as she's 5'10", but she's usually the one bringing the ball up the floor for the Bruins. And this time from the left corner, she'll knock it in from deep. And early on, it looks like Kings Fork is in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, you've got McKay, who can stretch the defense, Griffin, who can score inside and out, and then guard Shanice Harris with the steal right there. She's going to play her college basketball at UNC Greensboro. She gets the easy two as Western Branch at home, feeling it early on here, and Kings Fork's got to respond.
And that they do with their defense taking over as the block by Brittany Alston. The shot's going to be missed, but Alston's going to find the loose ball, puts it up quickly, and just like that, they're back on the board.
But then you've got Western Branch coming back with Erica Coleman, the junior, three-point shooter for three. Kings Fork, though, they can knock it down from deep as it's senior Adriana McCrary with the three. Western Branch up by double figures, but Kings Fork's defense is starting to turn up the heat, turn up the pressure, and that means a steal and a layup.
That's a layup for Jordan. Now underneath, they're going to find another cutting teammate as Croker makes the two. And another steal for the Lady Bulldogs leads to an easy fast break layup for Alston.
Yeah, Alston's really starting to turn it up here in the second quarter. All of a sudden, after down 11, it's a tie ball game with 2 minutes and change to go in the second quarter. Western Branch, so they've got so many options from three-point land as they bury yet another. But Khadidra Croker inside, she's a force. The Southeastern District Tournament MVP a year ago. She's got a matchup one-on-one. She's going to dominate.
This time the long outlet pass finds Adriana McCrary for the easy two. Western Branch now, second half action. The three-pointer on the corner, on the way, nothing but net for McCray.
And then you stretch the defense, and then that opens up Delisha Griffin inside for two, future JMU player there. And Western Branch in transition now, operating on all cylinders. As you see, it is Shanice Harris, the guard. Top scorer at around 18 points a game, getting it done. Western Branch, when they miss from deep, Chris, they got the players inside to clean up for two.
Yeah, McKay doing most of her damage from beyond the arc, but this time finds a loose ball, easy hoop, and the score. It's a 15-point lead for the Bruins going into the fourth quarter, and they continue to add to it. This time down low for Kings Fork, it's going to be Croker with a running left-hand hook shot, as Kings Fork trying to mount a fourth quarter rally, but right now the Bruins will hang on to the basketball and win the game comfortably 69-51. Shanice Harris with a game-high 20 points for the Bruins. McKay 19 points, including 5 three-pointers.
And we take a look at our Cox 11 commitments here, Chris, as some players around the area going to play college basketball after their senior seasons are done. We'll start off with Anthony Barber, the Hampton Crabbers point guard, committed to NC State. He is Cat Quick and the reigning state player there. And then Devin Hall out of Cape Henry, another team that won a state championship. He will play his college hoops in the ACC at the University of Virginia. A great facilitator, great floor leader at the point for Cape Henry.
Yeah, and Hall continuing the pipeline of 7'5" point guards going to UVA, as John Tell Evans also up in Charlottesville. Jordan Baker committing to ODU, the guard out of Hampton. And Rajay Bullock committing to Providence, joining his former teammate Joshua Fortune up there in Rhode Island. There's
certainly no shortage of talent on the Peninsula District, known for football, but they've got plenty of basketball commitments. Another one out of Kecoughtan High, it's Greg Alexander, the sharp shooting swingman, going to play his college hoops at East Carolina, one of the best dialing it up from deep. And then Ramon Snowden out of Kellam High School. He's been a 4-year starter, probably the front runner to get Beach Player of the Year this season. He's going to play close to home at Old Dominion University.
And some more, this time on the women's side, is Fionda Fitzgerald from Lake Taylor. The pipeline from the Eastern District continues as she'll be playing her basketball up in Pennsylvania at Temple. And Adrian Motley committing to Miami out of Woodside. I believe Motley is a McDonald's All-American candidate as well, correct?
Yes, she is, and Motley's certainly one of the top scorers in the state and a nationally ranked prospect. We've got a few of those with Motley on the girls' side, as well as Barber and Bullock on the boys' side. Some more boys' commitments. It was James Whitaker of Norcom who recently committed to North Carolina A&T. He will play for the Aggies, a swingman with a lot of upside, a good stroke from deep. And James Daniel III out of Phoebus, the son of the head coach, James Daniel, he will play his college hoops at Howard. We've got a player from the area playing at Howard now, Chris, and Sim Frazier out of Maury High.
That's right, and Whitaker and Daniel III will continue their rivalry in the MEAC. And one more to take a look at from Western Branch, Alicia Griffin committing to play her basketball at JMU. She'll stay in the CAA, and James Madison, certainly a program on the rise in the last few years in the CAA.
And they got a player from here not too long ago in Lake Taylor's Koya Gidget, so James Madison mining the 757. Well, stick around. We've got plenty more, including Pilot at Practice. You're watching the Cox 11 Sports Report.